State of Ohio versus Deali Brown. Mr. Brown is represented by Will Oswald. The State of Ohio is represented by Travis View. We're here for a plea agreement. I think we need to address whether the victims have any input on this.
Yes, Your Honor. We've been in consultation with the victim in regards to all the resolutions for all four of the defendants, including Mr. Brown's resolution, and she is in agreement with our resolution for the case today.
Okay, thank you. You said the victim does not wish to be heard?
Correct, Your Honor. She was made aware of today's hearing and my communications with Mr. Oswald that we were going to go forward with plea and sentencing today. She did not want to be present and had no additional input in terms of the resolution of the case.
Okay. What are the allegations that he's pleading to?
Your Honor, if the case were to proceed to trial, the state would produce evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that on June the 22nd of 2024, at the cash land located in Franklin, City of Franklin, Warren County, Ohio, the defendant, in cooperation with co-defendants Anthony Burke, Ray Lindsay, and Jerome Davidson, did, while committing a theft offense, threaten to inflict physical harm upon the victim, and did, by force and threat, restrain her liberty in order to facilitate the robbery.
All right. Mr. Brown, do you understand that's what you're being charged with and pleading to?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Oswald, anything to add to that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I find this to be a knowing and voluntary waiver of constitutional rights. Mr. Brown, what is your plea to robbery, a felony of the second degree?
Guilty.
What is your plea to kidnapping, a felony of the first degree?
Guilty.
I accept your plea, make a finding of guilty. Anything further from the state on sentencing?
Just in terms of sentencing, Your Honor, there is 277 days of jail time credit as of today. We would also request restitution in the amount of $3,520.97. That to be ordered joint and several with co-defendants Ray Lindsay, Jerome Davidson, and Anthony Burke. I know Mr. Davidson and I believe Mr. Lindsay have already had that restitution amount ordered for them. Nothing additional beyond that, Your Honor. Thank you.
On the point of restitution, is that a figure that Mr. Brown agrees with, or do you want a hearing on it?
We'd have no objection.
Okay. Anything on behalf of Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, Mr. Brown is 24 years old. He's single, no children. He's a high school graduate. He did accept responsibility in this case. The other co-defendants got the 8 years based on the plea deal, so it's consistent with the other co-defendants and their actions. And Mr. Brown does have family here to support him today. His mother would like to read a brief letter to the court, but we'd ask you to follow the recommended 8-year sentence.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to come up? I don't know your name, ma'am, but...
Hello, my name is Sarah Jones. I am the mother of Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon.
As you can see, I have my daughters and my sister here. We don't have a lot of men in our family. That is my only son, so we just come to support him. So I have a letter from his uncle, if you don't mind me reading.
Sure.
It says, "Good afternoon, Judge. I appreciate your time in reading this letter. I'm writing to express my love for Deali Brown, my nephew, as I am the biological brother to his mom, Sarah Jones. My sister, younger brother, and I were all raised in a single-parent home where we experienced some difficult times. However, I was able to navigate away from drugs, gangs, violence, and many other law-breaking lifestyles as a result of my Christian faith, which was exemplified through our mother. I am a college graduate and the department director of one of the largest employers in the Miami Valley area. My wife and I have 2 personal businesses and have been married for 18 years with a 9-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. I have been a sense of encouragement and somewhat of a father figure to Deali since his birth. I am a strong believer of forgiveness and often brought back to Matthew chapter 6, verse 14 and 15, as this scripture changed the trajectory of my entire life. Although I stayed out of trouble, I was still a brokenhearted teen through the absence of my father, which is Deali's grandfather. I played sports throughout grade school, in which there were 0 games that my father ever attended. And this was only one part of a major void in my life as a young man because of his absence. I found myself beginning to go down a path of self-destruction. Meanwhile, at the age of 18, the opportunity presented itself to have a conversation with my dad, where I was able to communicate that I forgave him for his absence for the previous 10 plus years. We were both vulnerable on that day, engaging in a heartfelt conversation filled with a lot of tears. However, on that day, I experienced a tremendous burden lifted off of me, filled with pain, anger, self-doubt, and many other characteristics that a child feels from the feeling of abandonment. From that day forward, it allowed my dad and I to have the greatest relationship one could not have been imagined. Through my forgiveness, I have become the person that I am today, which many would consider very successful. For this reason, I was able to assist my dad in so many stages of his life until his recent death from a fight of cancer. He was the first child care for both my kids, attending sports events for my son, horseback riding events for my daughter. My kids knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that they had a grandpa who loved them to the end of the world. He was present. I'm sharing this because I understand the power of grace and forgiveness. I have been encouraging the ally for years to have a similar conversation with his dad while he still can, so that he can share the same freedom that I have experienced in my life as a result of true forgiveness. People do not realize that they make certain decisions because they fail to deal with the root of the problem, not realizing you cannot continue to truly grow until you deal with the situation on hand. I am wholeheartedly confident that the ally will bounce back from this situation and become a successful and positive human being to our society. My hope and prayer is that you find grace and forgiveness in your heart as you yield a decision that can impact the trajectory of his life. But more importantly, I pray that the ally finds in his heart to forgive his father and himself so he can live a true life of freedom. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for reading that. I'm sorry you have to go through this.
Appreciate it. I know sometimes we raise our kids, they don't always do as we raise them or want them to, but my son had made changes. He had dropped out of school. We got him to go back. We got him to go to college. So he did, make some changes there. Somewhere around the way, he lost his path, but he was raised right, and we love him. And I'm gonna whoop you when you get home. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Oswald?
Did you want to say anything?
If it's not so much to ask, could I get like just a few minutes to acknowledge my family? I haven't seen them since July of last year. I was incarcerated in in a STAR program, and then I've been here for 9 months, so I haven't seen them in 14 months. So I'll just, if not so much to ask, to acknowledge them for maybe 5 minutes or so.
It's not allowed that you have any contact. Is that what you're asking?
Not necessarily contact, just talk to them just a little bit,
Yeah.
let them know.
They have to do that while you're at the jail. It's just not a conducive setting for the courtroom. Too many things happen. So if I understand what he's asking is spend a few minutes with his family, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And typically, the deputies don't allow it.
Yeah. And there's good reason, not necessarily related to Mr. Brown, but there's good reason. So you have to visit in the jail. So anything else you want to say?
No,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Oswald, Mr. Brown, anything else you want to say, sir?
No.
Okay. State is elected to proceed on count 3 kidnapping. The sentence is 8 years to a maximum indefinite sentence of 12 years. Order to register with the Violent Offender Database as a principal offender. Impose the requirements of post-release control. There's no disagreement on restitution, right?
Yeah.
So that is ordered. You have a right to appeal this sentence. You have 30 days from the date the entry is filed, which will be today. Best of luck to you. All right, that's all.
Thank you, Tom.